there, Aquarius. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome to your October reading. Back with me again, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. For those of you who are new to my channel, hello. And for those of you who have been a long time, welcome back. We're going to be doing a 3-card reading session by the end of the reading, but this time it's going to be a bit different because we're not going to be doing the future in-depth or the advice. That's going to be for the weekly. But at this time, we're going to be doing the how do they feel about you type of pick a card reading, all right? Don't forget to check your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign. Me personally, I realize that with my readings and all general readings out there on YouTube, that you guys are very talkative. That I resonate a lot more with my Venus sign rather than my moon sign or rising sign or even my sun sign. So you might want to check that one out too. And this is general reading, so the rules might get reversed, all right? So let's talk now. Aquarius, your over energy for the now. You have the 9 of Cups in reverse, you have the Knight of Wands, you have the 7 of Swords, and then you also have the 4 of Pentacles. I feel that out of the relationship sectors, in your relationship sectors, you didn't get your wish fulfillment. You kind of like wished your partner was a certain type of way, but you didn't get that. So you're kind of like quite conflicted about it, whether you want to confront them about it, whether you kind of like want to give it a try, or you just kind of like want to play the cold act, trying to freeze your emotions over, kind of being very, very stingy with your attention, effort, and focus. Nobody knows how you truly feels right now because you put on a very, very convincing facade. You put on a very, very convincing mask. So everybody thinks you're happy. You're this adventurous, go-getter, Knight of Wands energy. But deep down inside, you don't get the emotional fulfillment that you're getting. They don't know your fears. They don't know how much you're fearful of losing your stability. They don't know. What is the overall challenge of this relationship? You had one person who seems very, very indecisive. And then you got one person in this relationship who feel that the other person is not devoted or is not loyal enough. And then there's like a lot of hurt that was being brushed aside and never addressed properly. So it almost seemed like a little bit difficult to have a healthy dynamic within this relationship because there's like a lot of bottled up emotions. There's like a lot of things, elephant in the room, a gigantic elephant in the room that was just never been addressed. You both want the same thing, but they're so fearful of you. This person, especially if you guys are dealing with one person, this person loves you very, very much. I think being in a relationship with you guys, they kind of like believe this is a twin flame or soulmate-ish type of relationship. And then it kind of like introduces them to either spirituality or psychology or astrology or maybe tarot reading or whatever you may call it. But you kind of like made them, trying to understand you, made them go into that field, so they become like a lot more wiser and emotionally mature person. You guys were able to introduce them to that side of them that they never really touched. But they're very fearful of you. They don't know what to make out of you. They don't know how to read you. Both of you are playing a play. You're putting on a mask as if, like, you know, everything is okay. They also like that. But deep down inside, you guys care for one another. There was a little bit of tower moment here, so maybe truth coming out, or there's like a sudden changes into the dynamic of the relationship. You wanted them to react a certain kind of way, but they didn't. They put on a mask too. You still love them, you know, Aquarius, just so you know. Maybe you try to deny it, but you still do. You see this person still holding those Two of Cups? One more time you mess this up, then I'm going to drop this love. But I feel like you've been saying this over and over again. From 150-72 BCE. You know, you've been saying this. You do that thing one more time, it's over. I'm not going to feel anything for you again. I'm not going to love you anymore. And then they did it. And then, okay, fine. And then the next time you said it, you were like, yeah, next time you do it, I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to forget it. I'm not going to forgive you. They did it again. Your feelings hasn't changed yet. You're still holding on to those Two of Cups for your dear life. So especially if you guys are dealing with one person, I see this person actually going to be putting like a lot more effort or energy or focus into this relationship in the month of October. But you're not interested. This person might, you know, so for some of you, this person might show up unexpectedly in front of you, you know, by messages or even by person in the past. But in the now, though, this person is going to put in more effort into making this relationship happen, trying to give you like a lot of active services and everything like that. Try to hang out with you even more, try to talk about emotions and all those stuff, but you're not having it. You guys are like the Five of Swords. You're going to be communicating in extreme air manner. So very blunt, very truthful, very honest, what you think about them and how you guys are not interested in having this with them. And how will they take it? Oh, this person is super sad, super confused, super regretful, super mourning over you and all those stuff. It's hurting. Oops. It's hurtful for them. See? I think to the majority of you, whoever it is that you're dealing with, this person broke your trust, because that's what the Five of Cups is all about, right? The friendship aspect of the relationship is gone. So it's either they leak your secret, or they do like a third-party situation, or they use all of the secrets that you gave them as an ammunition to go against you, whatever that is, but you just don't trust them anymore. And you can't. Here's the thing about Aquarius, right? And I have Venus in Aquarius. My Venus is in Aquarius. So I know for sure that an ideal type of love for us, you know, is a relationship where we could be best friend and also lover at the same time. So the friendship aspect of the relationship is extremely important to Aquarius. Then we're going to have a standoff. We're going to have a standoff. Who can act colder to one another? Who could play this role of a sword person or an air person? You want to be cold? I could be colder. You want to go and have a silent, give me a silent treatment? Oh, you have no idea. I'm an Aquarius. I'm famous for my disappearing act. The love is still there, you know, Aquarius. It's still there. It's never left from you and from them at the same time. For some reason, you guys just can't. You can't stand each other. You know, your mind can't stand each other, even though your heart is calling for one another. The stress that they feel over you is making them unable to focus at work. They might do like a little bit of mistakes at work or whatever that is. They sometimes see you like, oh wow, like Aquarius, you're living your life like that. How could you be like that when I'm the one hurting? It's a good connection, but it's just your minds and their minds are not having it. But you know what's interesting is that when they decided to resort into this type of mental manipulations and mind games, and you guys respond to it, is the moment that you guys starts to feel something again from them. And I noticed it, and I notice this oftentimes, you know, with air signs, that the more one person make them think and figure out, try to solve the problem or puzzle, the more an air sign is gonna feel, because you, whatever you think, you feel, right? So when you can't figure out somebody because they're so mysterious or because they're playing mind games, that's actually your weakness. Because then you get to feel something from them, because what you think you feel, the more people make you think, the more you're going to be feeling about it. But I feel victory is coming in your way in other areas of your life. So maybe in your work or in your home or whatever that is, you're going to have like a lot of people who is going to give you attention, is going to give you like a lot of uplifting mood. You're going to be celebrating something. But in terms of relationship, I could see, especially if you guys are dealing with two people, there's going to be like a little bit of a standoff between who is able to become colder. All right, so that is it for my reading for you. If you guys are only the one person, I'm going to be putting a timestamp right over here to when the pick card reading starts. And now let's move on to those of you who chose who are dealing with two people, meaning that if you guys are only dealing with one person, just skip ahead to the pick a card reading session. So, person A. Let's see. Let me clarify something for you guys. Okay, let's start with person B first, right? Person B was something that you kind of like waited on. You've been observing every details of their life and everything like that, and you've been kind of like waiting on them, while not really opening up your options. All of a sudden, you know, this person either sent you a message, or you heard about this person from a mutual friend of yours, or you literally met them in person. It kind of like shook you to the core. I feel you guys are going to be inclined to... No, sorry. No. You weren't expecting that type of thing from person B. You might be dealing with a Leo or a Scorpio. Okie dokie. So then, in the now, I feel that you guys are going to kind of like send them a message, either implicitly or explicitly. And that message is going to be, how fine are you guys doing in the now? This person still cares a lot for you, even though they've already freezed that emotions over. And right now they're kind of like in a little bit of a difficult situations with their life, where they can't really see a way out. They're going to ask for your help in the future. It's going to make you feel good. It could be money help. They're probably going to ask you money or help, or maybe they need something fixing in their house, or they need you to connect them with somebody, whatever that is. This person is going to ask for your help in the future, and I feel that you're going to be open to that though, because it's make you feel good. It makes you feel good that this person asks you for help, because you've always been feeling that person B has always been prideful. Person A, darker haired person for the most of you. But this person, you know, from the beginning, this person has always been very, very intimidated by you. This person feels, what if Aquarius isn't attracted to me? They have so much to give. I'm just like this. So this is the type of person who have like a little bit of a problem with their self-esteem. Your tolerance level with this person is very low, because even in the past, this person was so afraid of messing things up. And even from your side, you guys were like, okay, if you do that shit, we're over. So they were so scared of fucking you over. But with this person, you just can't trust them because the friendship aspect is just never there. So in the future, you know, this person, and actually in the now, so in the month of October, this person is trying to rekindle what you've had before. They would want to have a collective happiness together with you. They would want to spend some times together and share some times and, you know, have like a lot of good times and everything like that. I feel that you guys are not interested because you have a Five of Swords. You really want to cut them off. And in the future, we're going to have this standoff, because they're going to be extremely petty and you guys are going to be like, yeah, nah, you can't play me no more. I have so much dish on you. I have so much receipts on you. You're not going to play me anymore. I know exactly who you are. I know exactly what you need. Falling in love with you was a mistake and I'm not going to do it again. Okay, so that is it if you guys are dealing with two people. Now let's move on to the pick a card reading. Okay, Aquarius, so I have 4 piles of cards with me now. This is pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, this is pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to give you 20 seconds of full silence so that you guys can concentrate. And of course, you can pick as much pile of card that you want to pick, but remember to know, like, this pile of card is for this one, this pile of card is for this person. All right. Okay, so now for those of you who chose pile number 1. What have you done? 8 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and also the Knight of Swords. Okay. So this person, I think you have had like a little bit of a history with this person where they feel kind of like quite disappointed or ignored or abandoned or rejected by you, and they didn't take it extremely well. They feel like, you know, because this was in reverse, right? They feel that you guys were left them out there to dry or left them out there in the cold, like, how could you do this to me, Aquarius, and da 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 da. But they're getting over it, right? So they're healing from it. They're already come to a healing phase from this, but there is no denying that it still kind of like traumatizes them very, very much. They still are very, very hopeful that you either would return to them or you kind of like would try to save them or be nice to them or anything like that. You know, they're hoping you to become their knight in shining armor, talk to them and everything like that. They really, really wanted you to do that. In the meantime, however, why are they feeling like this, Anissa? Well, because, when they were dealing with you, while they're in a relationship with you, this person is very, very Neptunian in a way that this person already kind of like fantasizes about what the future is going to be like with you. They have already kind of like created like some sort of vision or a fantasies inside of their head that it's really, really hard for them to let go of that. It's like, oh my God, like I was expecting me and Aquarius could be this, me and Aquarius could be that, and everything like that. And it was very, very hard for them to let go of that fantasies that they hold on to. So in the now, though, I could actually see them talking to other people or dealing with other people because they're kind of like they don't want to do anything about it. They kind of like are waiting around for you to do something about it. So they're talking to other people, probably trying to make you jealous, or just killing their times or whatever that is. But they are deep down inside, this person really, really wants you to come and save them because they feel helpless. Like they just feel helpless. They want you to save them. Yeah. So now let's move on to for those of you who chose pile number 2. So you got the 2 of Pentacles, you have the 7 of Swords, you have the Fool card, and then you also have the Lover's card. So let's see. In the beginning, this person wasn't treating you very, very seriously because this person was juggling and they were not kind of like prioritizing you at the same time. And every single thing that they were saying to you in the beginning should not be counted as the whole truth because they're hiding like a lot of things from you. They were the type of people who was like, okay, so I'm going to take this part from this person. I want to take this part from this person. I want to take this part from this person and going to have, to eat my cake and have my cake and eat it too. But feelings struck, whether they liked it or not, it did. I think they see you being extremely comfortable being yourself. And they were kind of like quite jealous with that. Well, if Aquarius can do that, I think it's going to be extremely, extremely satisfying if I start doing what Aquarius is doing, which is being extremely genuine. So they caught feels for you. And now they're kind of like conflicted about it. Will they kind of like resort to the life or the love life that they are used to do? Treated not like a priority so that they don't end up getting hurt? Or should they trust you this time, Aquarius? Should they take the giant leap of faith and fall in love with you and be super duper vulnerable with you and announce to you and the whole wide world that they're yours? Should they trust you with their heart? That is the question. So what they're doing right now, they're like the Lovers here. So I have 2 Lovers card in this particular deck of mine. It's the Victorian Romantic Tarot by Baba Studio. This is the Lovers card when they're still getting to know each other. So they're observing your gestures, your cues, your messages, your interactions with them very, very heavily. Because they wanted to see, does Aquarius give me any type of green light? If you guys do give them some green light, then they're going to act on it. But if you give them some red light, then they're kind of like I don't know what to do. And then they're probably going to resort back to the life that they used to live before they met you. So now they're just kind of like, okay, observing your moves. So if you move this way, then they're going to move this way. If you move that way, they're going to move that way. Something like that. So we're seeing a little bit of a dance in here. Interesting. In terms of emotions, is that emotions has a stamp of permanence yet? No, it's still in transition period where they're trying to live behind the life that they used to live, the love life they used to live before they met you, into transitioning into you. But it's still 50-50 here. Right? Okay, so now let's move on to those of you who chose pile number 3. So you have the Knight of Pentacles, Death card, Seven of Wands, and also the Star card. They're the type of people who fell in love because of habit. So if you haven't been with them for more than 1 year, guaranteed for sure, they haven't developed any type of feelings for you yet. Because it's a habit, repetition makes them feel something. But it all changes when they met you. Because for some reason, the connections that you both share is a connection where they have to transform themselves to be better. The way that they do stuff, falling in love because of a habit, because you've always been there, so I'm going to trust you and I'm going to fall in love with them. That type of habit, that type of pattern, kind of like stem from a conditioning that they've received from a child. Probably they've been rejected, or probably they didn't really grow in a very, very good household, or they have like a little bit of a mommy or daddy issue, whatever that is. So they have a tendency to fall in love for what's safe. With you, it's not safe at all. They're trying to fight this off. Because it's very visceral. It's very, it's very strong. It's very passionate. Not like sexual passionate, but it's more than that, Aquarius. It's like they're obsessed. It's like they are exhibiting a little bit of a scorpionic trait. Scorpio and Aries approaches things very differently. So for instance, this is a target. For Aries, they're just going to go ahead and take this target. But for Scorpio, they're going to circle around that target, study it and study their weakness point, and then try to get in and grab this target. So this person, from an emotionally handicapped person, I should say, from a person who would fall in love because of a habit, now, because they've met you, they feel this type of obsession that is very hard for me to explain it through words, but it really is. They spent minimum 3 to 4 waking hours in their life just to think about you. And they try to fight it off very much. It's not helping when they see you living your best life. You have the Star card there, so you're giving them the impression that you guys are living your best life. The connection and the feelings that they have for you, even though they try to fight it, they don't really want to change. They don't want to become this much obsessive because it's hurtful. In the end, I feel that it's going to bring out the better side of them, the better version of them. They're still trying to fight it, though. They're trying to fight you. And sometimes act like a little bit competitive, because Scorpio is a bit competitive, right? I'm not going to let my emotions take me over, because then it's going to give you the power to control over me. So they're fighting this off. But major arcana is divine intervention or godly type of intervention. How can you fight this off? Be patient when you're dealing with this person, because they're still fighting off things. Okay, so now let's move on to those of you who chose pile number 4. Chariot card, King of Pentacles, King of Swords in reverse, and also the 10 of Pentacles. So a common story of hot in the beginning and then slows down. Because this person in the past, this person was like, whoa, what a pretty little sight you are, Aquarius. You're very, very interesting. I'm going to charge at you just because I feel this at this very moment. Like, so they went in very, very hard with you, with their emotions as well. At that moment, they believed that they really, really wanted you. They were feeling extremely passionate with you. They just come at you charging with full speed and everything like that. And then it's time to slow down. It's time to pump the brakes. You might be confused with this person because it's never clear to you what the hell is it that they wanted, because they're always changing. It's time to pump the brakes. So I want this with Aquarius, but I think I need to slow down because they believe that Rome wasn't built in one day. And also they also believe that they are going to bring so much in a relationship that they have to kind of like analyze you so that they could decide whether they want to be with you or not. You sure you don't want this, Aquarius? I have so much that I'm going to be bringing into the table. They're like, slow and steady win the race. This person might resort to like an emotional mind game too, because they're overthinking things. It's not that they are purposefully doing that or intentionally doing the mind games, but you would define it as a mind games. But what I would say is that this person doesn't really know what they want. They're confused, so that they are dragging you with their confusion as well. This is the type of people who put their ego as their clothes. As you can see how this man here is wearing a red robe. They feel that they're very, very smart. So they kind of like tie in their intelligence with their ego all together. And now it's in reverse. They don't know what they want. Is Aquarius worthy for me to invest with this person? It's kind of like fucked up. But yeah, that's kind of like how they feel about you. So one moment, they're going to be feeling as if like they're extremely passionate about you. And then the other moment, they're going to be like, okay, it's time to pump the brake. It's time to slow down here. Let's reevaluate the whole situations and everything like that. So I understand why you guys are pretty confused here. Alright, so I think that is it for my reading for you, Aquarius. I hope that you guys find tons and tons of clarity that you've been looking for. And I really do hope that you guys have a great, great week ahead. Alright, bye-bye guys. Have a great day. I'll see you next week for your weekly reading. Alright, bye-bye.